Forget everything you thought you knew about the fall of Rome. The true final act played out over 1,000 years later, in a city of unparalleled wealth and power. This is the epic, often overlooked story of Constantinople's last breath, a dramatic clash of civilizations that forever reshaped the world. By the 15th century, the Byzantine Empire was a shadow of its former self. But its capital, Constantinople, was a jewel, protected by the legendary Theodosian Walls, a triple line of defense that had withstood every siege for over 1,000 years. It was considered invincible. Enter a young sultan with an ambition as vast as his empire, Mehmed II. He knew walls built for swords and arrows wouldn't stand up to the dawn of a new kind of warfare. His siege began on April 6, 1453. The Ottomans unveiled a weapon of unprecedented scale, Urban's cannon. A cannon so monstrous it had to be dragged by between 60 and 90 oxen and 200 to 400 men. Its thunderous roar shook the earth. Its stone balls, weighing over 1,000 pounds, began to methodically pulverize the ancient walls, brick by brick. But the city had another defense. A massive iron chain stretched across the Golden Horn, the city's harbor, blocking any naval assault. The Byzantines thought they were safe, but Mehmed was a visionary. In a move of pure, audacious genius, he ordered his ships to be dragged overland on greased logs, bypassing the chain and sailing straight into the harbor. The city was now besieged on all sides, by land and by sea. For 53 brutal days, the constant bombardment wore down both the walls and the morale of the defenders. Every breach was sealed, every assault repelled. But they were outnumbered 10-1. The end was inevitable. Finally, on May 29, 1453, the final assault began. Waves of Ottoman soldiers threw themselves at the crumbling defenses. The decisive moment came when a few soldiers slipped through a small, undefended gate. They raised their flag and sealed the city's fate. On that day, the last Roman emperor fell, fighting to the bitter end. Constantinople was no more. The city became Istanbul, the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. The fall of Constantinople was the final gasp of an empire that had defined the world for a millennium. But its fleeing scholars carried with them priceless ancient texts, igniting the Renaissance in Europe. It was a cataclysm that closed the book on the Middle Ages and opened the door to the modern world. Hit that like button to let us know you want more deep dives into forgotten history. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. And share this with a friend who loves an epic story.